Welcome back, BSers. This is Belonging Songs, the weekly podcast that brings you a brand new original song each week and discusses the themes of that song and the processes that go into writing and recording it. I am your host, Wade Dana. With me, as always, my good friends, Patrick Crane.
Howdy.
Brad Maurer.
Hello.
How are you guys doing?
Real good.
Quite good.
Real good.
Cool. What have you guys been up to?
What have we been up to? Brad and I were writing a song on the drive down to the studio today.
We were based on an experience that Patrick's wife had.
Okay.
That was a little traumatic.
All right, good.
Based on a wild friend, we'll say.
Stay tuned as that comes together.
All right, we'll look forward to that.
So that happened.
So this week, we've got a new song that Brad and I worked on together years ago.
Yeah.
But it never saw the light of day. It's just kind of been sitting around, so I gave it a mix and finished it up, and now we're going to bring it to you guys. Last week was a little heavy. This is a little lighter fare. The song is called Every Day.
Every day, in every way, getting better and better. Every day, in every way, getting better and better. Every day, in every way, getting better and better. Every day, in every way, getting better and better. Every day, in every way, getting better and better. Every day, in every way, getting better and better. Every day, in every way, getting better and better. Every day, in every way, getting better and better. Every day, in every way, getting better and better. Every day, in every way, getting better and better. Every day, in every way, getting better and better. Every day, in every way, getting better and better. Every day, in every way, getting better and every day, in every way, getting better and better. Every day, in every way, getting better and better. Every day, in every way, getting better and better. Every day, in every way, getting better and better.
So, more of a track than a song, right?
Well, yeah, that's my thought is this is a track that you want as a filler on your album, and it's great. It's a nice loop. I like the ambient guitar. Mm-hmm. My the only note I had on the song is I really like how the solo transitions into the main loop. It's a nice hard.
Every day,
we're back at it. Yeah, pleasant. How many times did you have to say every day?
That's where it starts.
So there's a funny story behind that. That's not Brad or I. Our friend Matt brought over a reel-to-reel recording one night, or a tape deck, reel-to-reel, and a box full of reels that he had gotten from his aunt or uncle.
Yeah, it was Uncle Chico.
His Uncle Chico. Yeah. And we started spinning reels up, and this mantra was just on one of them over and over again, like a daily mantra.
Affirmation
that he recorded over and over again. Like,
turns out Uncle Chico was a bit of a drinker.
Yeah.
Uncle Chico could throw a football over mountains.
So this was part of his trying to better himself.
Yeah, that's a beautiful story. It makes me like the track that much better.
So at no point did we like play the same every day over, like copy it.
You can tell.
It's one continuous loop on this reel-to-reel tape.
That was the start.
Yeah.
That was the start, and then we started just building around it. Yeah.
The bass line's great.
Yeah, that's one thing that
Who wrote that?
I don't know.
I don't remember.
I was trying to figure that out because I was like, you know what? I forgot about this bass line.
Boom, boom.
This is the kind of stuff like we would have that. We put it over a drum beat, and then Wade and I would just each grab an instrument and just start playing, and then one of us would go, oh, yeah, record that. And then we would record it, and then we'd do it again, and then, oh, record that. And then we would record that part. And this song, I think it was a couple of visits. It wasn't one Friday and done, but it was a couple of those Friday kind of things we were doing.
Yep.
This is at Wade's new place. The other album was at his old place, but we were here, and we were...
Yeah, this was just up in the spare bedroom.
Yeah, but it was like, okay, like we would get together and do something else, and then we'd be like, I forgot about that song. Let's play on that song. It took a couple of times, but not a lot of work, really.
Yeah. So one thing I was thinking when I was listening to it is, goddamn these guys. So you guys have probably heard me play enough to know that I generally like really, really simple progressions, and I do a lot of single note type stuff. Mm-hmm. And this is the kind of thing I like for a track. It's a really simple progression that's looping, but it makes sense and it's cohesive. Mm-hmm. You know, when you listen to it, it's that's like a commercially viable track, right? It just sounds that well put together to me when I'm listening to it.
That's good to hear.
Cool.
Songs like this that come together without a whole lot of effort or even feeling. You know, like we didn't talk about it ever.
Yeah. No.
It was just like slap this thing down and we would do it.
Well,
I tend to discard them. You know, like so in my mentality, I'm like, oh, that's just a bullshit song that we did one day. But then later on you hear it and you're like, oh, that's actually pretty cool.
That's where I think things get lost too, because that kind of simplicity is hard. It's like when you listen to an artist and it's almost what they didn't put in the song. Like, there's no guitar here. How do you have the patience to craft that? Mm-hmm. Especially when you're writing solo and you're sitting there with dead space with just you in your head. You want to put an instrument in those gaps. And so whenever I hear something like this, that's just dirt simple and a nice loop, it's like, wow, you've done it well when you can keep it that simple and it sounds that great.
Yeah, and I always struggle with it. Because, like I said, it's hard for me to respect it because not a lot went into it.
Whereas I respect it more because if you can just write from your gut like that, it's great.
Which is funny.
Yeah.
I think that perspective is probably all of it because, you know, I'm like, well, that's just a whatever.
Yeah,
you know?
so not a lot of
lyrics.
Not a lot of lyrics, but we can go ahead and get technical a little bit. Obviously, there's that tape loop going on if we want to talk about construction. And then I think there's the drum beat, a bass. Mm-hmm.
There's a little chorus guitar thing that I played over it, like the...
Brad, I think you did all the guitars on this.
I think I did, yeah.
No, I did the solo.
You did the solo,
yeah.
But it's just a little chorus pedal thing. Like, again, we would just be up in Wade's room, pull a pedal board out or a pedal or two, usually shitty ones. When we were doing songs like this, we would try to make something with a shitty pedal, like the grilled cheese or something. Yeah, that's something that's not in your board. Yeah, it was just real quick. I mean, I would say I would be surprised if there was any two-take effort on it.
Like I really love that. Well, and it's labeled twiddle guitar in the session where you just
yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that has a Brad signature on it. What's the keyboard?
I don't even know. It's probably
that your
something
Moog?
inside.
Yeah, I got a Moog vibe. I was gonna ask.
It might. Was it? Remember, you had the synth one. The big. Do you still have that? What was that? The big one. The one that was down here for a minute that you made the intro out of. Yeah, you
That's
do
the
have
Moog.
it. Yeah, it was the Moog.
Yeah, I don't know if that was. This might have been like Reason software or something. It's hard to tell because it was so long ago. But it may have been that Moog keyboard. I know that I recorded that solo through the Ampeg Gemini 2 using that RD Artist guitar that I used to have that I regret selling.
Like every guitar you sell.
Yeah.
Anybody.
Yeah, this one was fun because it doesn't sound like you guys. This is like nothing I've heard from you two.
And then when I went to mix it for this project, I did add those high vocals in.
Yeah.
So that was a new addition.
We did the end. Those used to be up higher. The every day. We brought those down.
Yeah.
I like that just being in the background kind of, but
And that's both you and I singing those.
but it changes. It gives it a little change for the end. But again, that was something we didn't spend a lot of time on, didn't put a lot of effort or thought into.
I played this for another friend of mine, and he just absolutely flipped over it.
Really?
Which I thought was funny. My friend Randall was down here one day and played that, and he's like, "That's the song."
Yeah, I can hear Randall like
Really?
this.
So,
See, that's so funny to me because I'm like, this is such a bullshit thing.
right?
It was just nothing.
It just goes to show you overthinking it sometimes.
Yeah, yeah, you're right.
Maybe we need to scrap this whole podcast.
We need to not think about it.
So yeah, I think this one. I mean, this is what it is. It's a done track. and
There's
it's,
nothing
Yeah,
to
it
do.
was just
it's a fun little
Nice, quick listen.
departure for us to talk about for a minute.
Amuse bouche.
I think the funnest part about this one is the way it came together with Matt bringing that
Yeah.
reel to reel, just
And
listening
I
to
can't
it.
remember. I'm trying to remember why he brought that over. Were we trying to tape on a reel to reel for something?
He just brought it over
We
because
just
he thought
found
it was
it.
cool.
Yeah.
And he played that, and I think immediately you and I looked at each other. We're like, we got to get this in there. We got to record this and
Yep.
do something with it. So that's how that came together. And yeah, that's it.
Fun.
All right, we are back. So we had another short episode. So we figured this is a good opportunity to bring you guys
Have you
another
been
bonus song.
talking
Yeah.
lately?
Yeah. I'm not good at talking.
This is
Let's do a podcast.
another episode. Let's just do it again.
Yeah. Boom. Boom.
Do, 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 do.
Whoa.
Hey.
All right, so this is another track off of Brad and Maya's album Meatballs and Beyond, and this is probably a good opportunity to finally mention our artist names that we make music under.
Yeah, and I'll be honest. I'm wondering if I'm gonna carry a moniker or not.
Really?
I don't know
Really?
what to
Okay.
do. Yeah.
So Brad, over the years, has always made music under the name Uzi Royal,
Yep.
and I do my solo work under the moniker Harnol Slin.
Can I ask you a question?
Absolutely.
How did you come up with that name?
I just wrote it down on a piece of paper.
So it's just a name that popped into you?
Yeah, I I get weird. I have shit in my phone. I have one
Yeah.
right now that I've been throwing around for a while. Yatobaki.
I'd order that.
I always come up with these weird fucking names. I don't know. And that one stuck. I wrote it down, and I was like super pumped about it, and
Yeah.
it stuck. And everybody's like, Harmel Slin,
Yeah.
Harmel Slim, and it's
Hormel chili.
right. So, and they're always shit like that where people are like can't say them, and it's probably hard to search for.
Right.
So I'm probably really
Like our the band that was the same thing when you came up with the name Skeleton Luns.
Yeah.
Nobody
Skeleton
could say the word skeleton.
So every marquee we were ever on was skeleton.
You're
Lunds.
like, no, skeleton.
damn
And
it.
then finally I'm like, well, can we just be the Luns? Because
Yeah.
people are really fucking this up, you know?
One bartender I remember was like, yeah, skeleton.
Yeah,
Like Red Skeleton.
like Red Skeleton. Like,
Yeah.
yes, like you can read. It's amazing that you can read.
Yeah, I mean, how many times I have to put that in an email to a show booker where I
Right.
spell the name over and over again, and then they
then
mess it up.
you're up there as skeleton.
Yeah. On the flyers,
Yeah.
on the tickets.
Like, cool.
Can you
Why
guys sell all
never
these
got your
tickets?
big break.
That's exactly it. Everybody had us down for the Gloom team.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this song is called Dance With You. It is off of Uzi Royal and Harnol Slin's Meatballs and Beyond. And holy crap, was this in rough shape when I opened it up again.
We explained this album a little bit to people, but I mean, I think it's important to also explain that
We didn't know what we were doing.
we didn't know what we were doing, and these songs involved Wade and I getting together and usually on a Friday night drinking heavily.
Yeah.
So like they weren't recorded well, which probably made them a little tricky for you
And
back then.
We
to
had
mix.
no production experience, no mixing at
Right.
all. Like these were like all faders up, and that sounds good, right?
Yeah.
No EQ, no compression, no
it was
anything.
It was a classic. It's done.
So I pulled this up, and this is the case with all these bonus songs for this project we've been doing. And it's just so horrible. Like, it just sounds like racket. The vocals were so bad, and I had to spend so much time on this song mixing it, which is funny because the idea behind these is to do them quick, get it done,
Right.
and just put it out there.
Right.
But they're so bad that I had to spend a bunch of time on it. And in this song, like, I've always really liked.
Yeah.
Like, this is a catchy song, but remember we played this at a bar, or our friend Dave played this at a bar. He was like DJing, and people got pissed.
They did. They did.
Like threatening violence pissed. Which we thought was hilarious. But, and now I see why. Like, going back and listening to it, and of course, we're like, what? It's awesome. We
Now
did
you know
it.
how
It
I
was
feel for this
horrible.
whole fucking podcast.
And Dave liked it.
Yeah. So I spent some time on this and mixed it, and it's still, I didn't like re-record anything, so
No,
we're still
but
working with. I'm polishing turds at this point. And it's been really fun to go back and actually mix these songs.
I'm excited to listen to it.
So yeah, Brad hasn't heard this in probably a pretty long time.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, I don't put that thing on a whole lot
because it's horrible.
Well, it's just that was a one and doneer kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like we got it done and out it
But
went.
the funny part is like I spent money on like getting CDs printed.
Oh, I've got one.
And it's just unlistenable. So this has been fun. If you somehow ended up with one of those,
So
CDs,
yeah, we have
please throw it in the garbage.
GoFundMe going for Wade, so he can get his money back.
On our list of things to do for this podcast, I have take down original Meatballs and Beyond from the internet.
Get the shit off the web.
We'll put the new version up when we get it done. So let's give this a listen.
Let's go.
So Dance With You.
Because it hasn't been weird lately, but it might be. It's just a little dancing. It's just a little dancing. It's just a little dancing with you. It's just a little dancing. It's just a little dancing. It's just a little dancing with you. It's just a little dancing. It's just a little dancing. It's just a little dancing with you. It's just a little dancing. It's just a little dancing. It's just a little dancing with you. It's just a little dancing. It's just a little dancing. It's just a little dancing with you.
That's a lot better.
So I lied. I did put drums on. I spent like a night, a good
It's good. It's really
many hours putting
it's
drums
really
on it.
good. That thing was always like a really. It was fun.
I think it's a fun song. Yeah,
It's a fun
Patrick,
song.
you're removed from this situation.
Yeah.
What do you think?
You've heard it though, right? Have you heard it prior?
I have.
Yep.
So I wrote down David Bowie fronts Mr. Bungle.
Right.
That's my take. No, it's a really fun song.
I always had like a Talking Heads feel.
Yeah.
It
when
went
I was
from-
listening to it.
Super horrible to like, it's a song.
Yeah,
Like,
it's- yeah.
Well, it's a song.
it's not super horrible.
I don't think anybody's hitting, the 30-second back button right now.
Right.
Catch it a little more.
But it does have that like
yeah, but
like little dancey. I always want to do this like
it's worth a once
little
over.
back and forth dance on it, like a Peanuts dance.
Yeah.
Oh, it's definitely a Peanuts dance.
It's one of those that is always pretty fun. So, anybody else wants to say about it?
I kept thinking about the end, and I remember our friend Jeff was sitting in there, and he always would sing the line, "Just Ted dancing,
Oh, yeah.
just Ted dancing, just Ted
I wanted
dancing." And I was trying to think, I was listening for it. I was like, did we leave it in there?
No.
Hey, you want to talk about the audio clip in the middle?
Yes. So that's my friend Joe.
Okay.
And you've heard me talk about Joe
Yep.
before. And so this is one of countless messages, and I still get messages from him to this day, and they're always about the same thing, and it's always about wanting to hang out more. And that's what that is. But you see, like, he is acknowledging, like, there's a reason it's not happening so often. He's like, it's not going to be weird, but
Usually is,
but it's probably going to head there,
9 times
It's
out
like
of 10, it's weird.
Not a great selling point.
Right, 9 times out of 10, it's weird, Joe.
So, yeah, that clip I think is hilarious.
I don't want it to be weird, like, but you threw a
And then,
disclaimer in a hangout.
I love the letting out the air of the balloon there, like, brrr, like party's over now, because you just, okay, I was thinking about, but nope. Forget it. yeah, though, that fit in there pretty well, I think. So
Yeah.
random drunken phone message where he just pulled that
That's classic.
clip out of.
Is it done?
That thing's 3 times done.
Yeah,
Yeah.
She
and
cooked.
Yes.
that's another issue
That's
with
a dry bird.
that's another issue with these songs. Like, we've spent time on these before in the past, and there comes a point where you just have to be like, I am so done with working on stuff
Yeah,
like
well,
this.
it's just not.
Speaks for itself. The work.
Yeah,
You could do one of 2 things. You can play around in the stuff you already did, or you can just create new stuff,
Yeah.
and it's more fun to create new
like
stuff.
somebody who knows us could walk in here and be like, oh, still with this?
Yeah, right.
And be like, no. Now it's a bonus
Wait,
song.
yeah, wait a
Like,
minute. I walked into 2007.
Yeah, and the reason we're bringing in these
Bringing
songs,
in?
yeah,
Bringing in
bringing in,
songs?
We hashtag
bringing in, yeah, hashtag bringing in,
Okay.
bringing in young university.
Oh, good university.
Bringing. Yeah.
Bringing young. Sometimes, like, we feel like we've beaten these songs to death over
Yeah.
the years, and
No, we have.
they're not like our greatest work. But we're bringing them to you, BSers, because we know you've never heard them, and instead of just letting them die
Right.
a horrible
Five-
death,
five
never
more
having a mix,
people
Let
should
them
listen
die
to them.
publicly.
right?
At the very least, 5 more people should
It
listen
has
to
been
them.
fun to give these a proper mix and get them out into the world, but I don't want to feel like we keep working on the same things over and over.
Well,
and over again.
and also, you don't want this to be the one that hits the streets that everybody's like, oh, that's Wade Dana's song.
Right.
You're like, well, no, not really. That's
I mean, if that one did, I'd be fine
that's
with
something
it.
we did, but
But
I
like
got a
my
lot more
other-
in me.
my other albums that we will revisit as bonus songs, my 2 solo albums, like I did work on those on
You
like,
never stopped
multiple
working on
different
them.
intervals. Like I recorded them, then also I didn't know what I was doing, so then I went back to them.
Yeah.
It's like you got to stop at some point. You can't.
It was your Chinese democracy.
You can't George Lucas them to death. So they're done. They actually were mixed. These weren't, so it's fun to kind of give them a mix and do that. So anyway,
Good
that's
stuff.
done.
Yeah.
Little extra song for you. Thank you for listening. Please feel free to like and subscribe. Or please do like and subscribe.
Mash that
Mash.
like and subscribe button.
Hashtag mashed. We're having so much fun doing this project. And we would really love to hear from you, listeners. Feel free to reach out us at bs@belongingsongs.com. You're our BSers. We want to hear from you. Like we said, we're having so much fun doing this, and we want to continue to do it. We want to reach more of you. So thank you for listening, and we'll see you back here next week.
And I don't want it to be weird either. Because it hasn't been weird lately, but it might be.
Yeah, it's good. Boom, done. Next.